Greetings, mortals. I am Nathus, the rule the underworld, and today we'll be acting on the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 383, titled A Small Heart. So yeah, I guess it's, Coach after his unexpected, I'm guessing hospitalization because it's been like I think 2 or 3 weeks since the last chapter, is finally back to continue the story, which and that's why I feel like we might be reaching to a point where we are gonna have things wrapping up at the end of the year because like I mean we're almost at April and I still don't think we're that close to the ending even after this chapter resulting the whole you know conflict flashback being in just one chapter. I still don't think it's gonna be anything result quickly. But yeah, uh, so anyways, we start this page off, well, this chapter off with a page of Mina kind of, in middle of in a battle where there says a girl dressed in slime, I would assume. And so we have Jaku Hospital ruins outside Gigantomachus detained facility, because, we need to remind what's going on. Is that we have it under attack, because again, it's on attack. As there we see Minata's there, I don't think it was confirmed if he was there beforehand. As we see, I think Ham restraining a prisoner. As Mina's like, what just happened? Everything was going so well. As there we have Mudman be like, floating enemies are immune to my softness quirk. Well, not immune, just, they don't care about it. As then we see that Paranormal Liberation Fund guy who killed Midnight is there. Again, I hope we get their names at least. At least the ones who've escaped and been doing stuff. As he's in the air, as I guess he has some kind of weird spell or magic quirk that allows him to fly. As then we see him and a couple of other guys sitting at Taxstone. As he says to them, between this high frequency sound transmitter and thanks to the raw power of our quirks, our mission's in the back. I mean, for the ones who at least have the flying capability. As there we have this guy saying, we had this sneak attack all set up. Why are they here ready for us? Referring to when we first saw this. As he then tells them, you tried to stop our plan, but your efforts have failed miserably. This device was designed specifically to broadcast All for One's voice. His words will penetrate the walls of this prison no matter how thick. Well, that's true. As we have this guy saying, and due to his dog's quirk, March's ears cannot fail to pick them up. So he was fully explaining this thing. It's more like he was the one who got such an important mission when the one that was sent on Kurogiri was Spinner. But yeah, we got a question about, I mean, to be fair, the lack of people they could actually send. Like, the next person to send was Skeptic, but he, yeah, would not be able to handle it. As we have, are they going to strike the flying ones? We have Melanie back. Gigantomachia absolutely can't wake up. I refuse to let that happen. Refuse me, but you will not succeed. And then we have Mona screaming, Rule Charm! As we see the Class B student who is there. She sends her powers as we see the Ghost Girl also using her powers to give Mount Lady a giant wrench for her combat. As we even get like a note which one that is. As then we see the giant wrench going in to smack them out of the sky. As then we have my favorite stuff again because that guy, as we see the shot of destruction with the one hero quitting, as we see a bunch of ruins there. I guess you already heard everything as he's completely like rampaging through the building. Well, you didn't even get a chance to fix it, to prevent it. Or this might just be a missing page or something. I think that this does happen sometimes with the unofficial translations don't even have the older pages in it. Sometimes they'll maybe miss one. I mean it's super rare for that to happen, but I think it has happened like a couple of times. Not in Minecraft specific, but I think just in general. As they will have only reasoning why is because it represents the wounds in people's hearts. So yeah, because that's like the big one. As we see Mina seeing that, referring to her most directly because she's like the one that can show us the best. As then we see a couple of, I guess, heroes kind of getting out the rampage zone, or maybe they're fighting against one of the villains. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say here. As then Kirishima focusing on the mission is like, The escort mission is done. At the start of our master plan, we managed to warp Shinsu here without the villains realizing it, and he's been hiding ever since. As then we have Kusha back, which means he's ready to step in. So I guess their main plan was like after they deal with the whole setup with All for One, they were like, all right, in case since they're gonna invade where Giant Market is, we should have Shinsu there because from the people, he's the one we can trust the most. At least be the one who can handle it. Let's get the voice of All for One, brainwash Gigantomachia, and the chances of any of those villains being strong enough to, hit Gigantomachia out of it would be very small. Although, no, I do kind of wish we got Spinner to be sent here so he could, he and Gigantomachia could kind of have like a bit of a clash. I mean, granted, it's debatable how much power the giant form of Spinner had and how long it would last, but I feel like it would be like a cool panel to have. Like, Monster Spinner, Monster Gigantomachia having a good old fashioned kaiju fight. But yeah, anyways, they have Kusho screaming, Shinso, brainwash much here! And they have Shinso in a corner somewhere be like, hee, oh man. It's going into something as then we see the sludge villain in chapter 1 is back as he screams, they found out. So yeah, we have Shinso being consumed by him. Is we have this sludge villain be like, if Makia wakes up, we are guaranteed to win, so I don't need to put myself in danger, right? The heroes who are still here today have guts, so I only pretended to put up a fight before I went into hiding. So yeah, he was just kind of like, yeah, I think we've seen him when he was first attacking, but he was just kind of like being a coward. Which you gotta admit, I'm actually kind of surprised that a villain that was in the first fucking chapter is actually being brought here. I mean, granted, it's not like he's even gonna do anything, and even in the chapter itself, it's not like he does anything major, but it's still kind of fun. Like, you rarely see these villains coming back from after so long if they're nothing. I mean, yeah, you might bring up Heat from Black Clover, but that was like the first arc. I mean, I guess Reggie could make an argument, but even he was reminded at the middle of it. Okay, it's like the final arc, and this guy's still somehow brought back. But I was gonna have this sludge like, but now I've discovered a twerp. Surely he'll be easier to control than a brat I ran into at that time, referring to the first chapter. And then we have this other villain be like, the weak are destined to suffer as they are trampled upon. It's just the way the world works. Might determines right and wrong. I guess this guy is a fan of Overlord. You know what? He actually does look like he actually does have a design that looks like it would be an Overlord. Well, a bit. Well, if Overlord had more modernized designs. So I could see it. His favorite. Which one do you think is his favorite character? Controversial opinion, but I think it's Demiurge. I mean, he just kind of gives me that vibe, if you know what I mean. So anyways, we see Kirishima going there to like doing a deku as he's trying to like get Shinso off the sludge villain. As Kirishima screams, "The whims of the no, that the Paranormal Division guy still stuck in. It's like the whims of the strong will be legitimized." As they have Gigantomachia screaming as he's being like, "Where is my master?" As he's like just sending Monty back, and I think she's just defeated her completely. And then we have this guy's be like, today begins the age of liberation. And he's starting to laugh and oh. So yeah, he's very confident. And then we have Mina be like maximum output, Acid Man, Elma. As we see Gigantomachia's claws going to kill Mount Lady, but that sludge decides to damage Gigantomachia's finger as well. His claws. As Gigama notices, what? Someone's actually putting some damage at me? Well, not much. It's difficult to say, but I think it's just the extra claws that Gigantomachia has that are being damaged in other more claws. I think that's it, but yeah, anyways, they have like a solution and it's strong enough to eat Fumachia's hide. Extended hide, I would say. Is there a wait, shooting something like that at the time I wasn't able to. They have been remembering. It's like at that time I wasn't able to make make it very far. So many people died and everything was destroyed. But now that I've made use of Bakugo and Todoroki's training methods, enough is enough. So yeah, I guess Mina has finally like upgraded her quirk, which should be fair. I think it makes sense that why she would use Todoroki and Shoto as an example. So honestly, it's kind of took you forever, if you ask me. But yeah, anyways, then we have Mina going to help Kirishima removing the sludge villain, as she's like, I'm sick and tired of falling to into fact that at once I care about. They have him being completely covered with it. As in Sludge was like, Gah! Acid! She's turned my sludge into a liability! Gah! It's Max, it's mixing around inside of me! Ew, how does that work? As then we have someone screaming, Wait! And Sludge was like, not a chance in hell! I'm what you'd call a free rider, you. As in, he shuts down, and he stops in his tracks, and he falls unconscious. And we see that Shinjo is brainwashing. It's like, thanks for your cooperation. As if Kirishima be like, Ashido. As if Ashido immediately going to mission. And also, I think her horns grew as well. I guess all the ones that have horns have now just expanded. As they have Mina be like, Shoji never gave in to revenge. I love Midnight Sensei's classes. I know full well that things are scary when you're weak, because I'm weak. That's why I want you by my side. And we see a flashback with Kirishima and Mina having fun with others and everything, which is pretty nice. As they have Mina screaming, "Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Not just for us, but you guys as well." And she's pointing out the fact that Paranormal Labor and fun and their members and their comments and all that. As I think even this guy has like a flashback to Reed Dasher, is like telling them all, "We are all comrades." As then we have uh, I can think Mina or nothing to do with no matter how much you screech, your voice won't reach him. He can't be stopped. I think that's this guy saying actually, not Mina. And then we have this guy going again for another strike because again, like I mean, literally just his extended more fingers. As then we have Macha, we have Shinsu saying Makia, as that's why I was like Master. As then he gets brainwashed because obviously, as then we have Shinsu like, it will reach. It's why I trained under Aizawa Sensei. So yeah, he was able to get to him. As he goes, swings around to get on top of him, since it'll be the safest area for him. So yeah, he trained well. As then we have Shinsu telling him, swat down everyone floating in the air. Speaking from Ulfon's voice, and then we just see they're going to like immediately this string just becoming a liability. So he just knocks everyone out, and this guy who's the prohibition Leo just getting also his mouth mask destroyed. As we also have Mountley participating as well. So yeah, your greatest string is success end up being a failure. I mean, to be fair, you did at least succeed, so that's a credit to you guys. The only issue is that Shinzo is there. As there we have Mario also, as Shinzo is falling, also getting her hand ready for Shinzo to be to catch Shinzo, as she's like using Tartarus records and my personal. Well, actually, that's interesting. But using Tartarus records and my personal quotes, I copied Orphan's voice. All I needed was a single response from him to completely counteract their sound transmissions. So yeah. And now the Jeremiah's under control, as they will have Mina falling down because I guess she expended too much acid. As they will have Yoshida grabbing her, she's like, "Oh no, you're dehydrated!" As I'm sorry, Ashida, I was useless once again. As they will have Ashida, "No, we are finally even." As they will have Kirishima telling her, "You idiot, we were always even. You've always been my hero." So yeah, they are now on the same page. As then we have uh, everyone screaming as they have won this fight. It's like, we prevented Joe Breaker and the Paranormal Division members from retrieving Makia. Restrain them and get them ready for transport. We see a bunch of them like all covered in. Some are already restrained. Some are in the mud. Some are just knocked out from Jigama's attack. As we've seen that guy who was the Paranormal Division member. And there see Monday uh, contacting Tsuko Ishii, All Might's friend, that's the detective. As they have have Mount Lady be like, All for One did what? And then they're saying, and finally, instead of they could be like, that was a dangerous bet, but we can't afford to lose. So we will cling to this thread of hope and use every trick we've got. As he's saying, like, there's like, oh my god, we have like so few options. As there we have the final double page of the chapter as we see a colossal battle. Couldn't say more. As we see as we see uh Dark Shadow Mount Lady with another object, Gigantomachia, the Reds all going up against young All For One. Jesus fucking Christ! How powerful is this guy? As we see even him be like, oh shit. Well, I'm not sure if that's him smiling or if there's something else, but he's like, oh fuck you all! And then we see a helicopter in the background as well. Now I'm not certain if what Tsukuyoshi told her, but I'm guessing that's the basically the thing I was like, oh my, All For One turn himself young. We need backup. Can you please come and help them with this all? So yeah, but he's going to clash and again. I don't know how. I mean, again, the thing that makes it Gigantomachia not in threat here is because Shinjo can brainwash him and All For One has to take off Shinso first. But God knows how difficult, how impossible. But God knows how long it's gonna take it off. All Might realizes that. Like I feel like he could probably knock Gigantomachia out of his brainwash state if quick enough. I mean, if it's not something like you just have to, do this. You have to like actually damage him. But again, I feel like All For One can't do it in his prime state. Just keeping him on brainwash. That's the issue. But yeah, anyways, this chapter was pretty good. It was full out explanation. Well, it was an explanation, though it did kind of feel fast. It does make sense. Like you can't have too much. Now, maybe there's gonna be some expansion in the volumes, but all in all, it was a pretty solid chapter. Good moment for Ashida, to kind of make up for the failure in the previous war, and also a very epic final page. And yeah, it was satisfactory. It's like maybe there's a less of a break. It would have been better, but outside that, it's a pretty decent chapter overall. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you motos next time. Goodbye.